Alrighty, what's going on guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I just wanted to make a quick video on my new bike. I've actually revealed it in a previous video, but I believe a lot of you actually missed out on it because it was at the end of when I bought my ute. So yeah, I'm pretty sure not many of you guys know I've got the bike, so I thought I'd make a dedicated video just showing you the bike and stuff, what's the plans with it, and yeah, what content you'll see and stuff on it, because I know there's a lot of RM fans and stuff out there. So yeah, here it is. This is my 2008 Suzuki RM250. So excuse it being filthy, I still haven't washed it since the last time I rode it. But yeah, here's the bike. It's overall pretty tidy condition. I'd say it's had a short but hard life. I got the bike for a super good deal. I actually bought this bike off the owner that I sold my very first RM250 to. So that was an 02 RM250, so I sold that to him. He then bought this one like a couple of weeks after, and then they were both sitting in his shed, and then he sold me the 08 after I sold my 06, the one that I fully rebuilt on the channel and stuff. If you haven't seen that, I'll leave it linked down in the description below. He had this one in his shed once I sold the 06. I really always wanted the 08, so it was a perfect opportunity. Gave me a super good deal on it, only paid 2.2 for it. So yeah, for a 08 RM250 that has had the engine rebuilt like 25 hours ago, I couldn't say no to it. Put in the clips now of the video where I revealed the bike, then you guys can see at the start up what I've done to it and all that. It's about 4 weeks after I picked it up, and yeah, I've already done a few little things to it, just that I had lying around and stuff. So yeah, I'll give you guys a proper walk around and have a decent look at it, and I'll show you what I've done to it already. So to be fair, it's a pretty tidy bike really. It's obviously got your wear and tear, being like a 12-year-old bike, but overall I would say it's actually pretty low hours. Still got the factory seat cover on it. I would go ahead and say probably the factory plastics on it too. But yeah, still factory pipe, like the whole thing's pretty much bone stock, other than the few things I've done to it. But yeah, can't go wrong for 2,400 really for an 08 RM250. So yeah, I've already put my set of bars on it that I had on my 06 RM250. That was part of the deal. Got to keep the bars, put my ODI lock-on grips on. I've put my upper triple clamp on, so it's the Zeta one, and then yeah, I got to keep the Olins as well, which was on my 06. So yeah, that's going on this bike, and yeah, got the rear shock on as well. But so when I got these Olins, the forks were leaking, so I've just resealed them with SKF fork seals, new all balls bush kit, then new oil. So that'll be sweet. I was going to anodise the tubes like the Olins Gold, but I'll do that when I end up building this thing over winter next year. But for now I just want to thrash it over summer. But yeah, had to rebuild them just to get them mint for riding it and stuff. But yeah, got the rear shock on too, so this wasn't leaking oil, it was pretty mint. Just need to adjust the rebound and stuff on it, but it's pretty easy. Just adjust it down up there, and that one up there, so you can sort that out. Then I've put a new spark plug in it, changed the engine oil. I had to rig this bottom mount here up. I just found that one lying around because it was yeah, loose, and that one there was loose as well, so the pipe was just flopping around. Probably need to actually pull the header off and replace the O-ring up on the header there. But yeah, overall it's a pretty nice bike actually. Pretty happy with it for the price I paid. Supposedly have no proof, but this hour meter was put on at a full engine rebuild, so it's done 30 hours on top and bottom, and I believe the cylinder was replated as well. But yeah, it'll do me for summer. Then it's going to get the royal treatment like my 06. But yeah, I gave it a really thorough wash the other day. It's shining pretty decent. Yeah, also I noticed, I think I may have ripped the tube when I was last riding it. It's pretty flat, and you can see there it's actually popping off the bead on the rim. But yeah, pretty stoked with it. Just love my old two strokes, and I've always had a thing for the RMs, so stoked to have pretty much my dream RM, or what it will be anyway. Just always wanted that 08, just the last year they were produced. But I'll give it a start up for you. It can be a bit of a pig to start, wondering if the reed's worn or something, but it's got mean compression. Just struggling to pull fuel through. Might need a carb clean or something, but not too phased. So yeah, give it a start up and you guys can hear it. So sometimes you got to do the old 500 trick to obviously get fuel into the cylinder. Right, so yeah, as you can see, bike runs pretty well. It's actually got pretty decent power. Yeah, like I said, the engine has been rebuilt like 25 hours ago or whatever. So yeah, motor should be still pretty healthy. It's just basically the aesthetics that needs a bit of love. I just want to go fully through the bike once, give it a full makeover, get some pretty rad parts on there, get it running sweet and all that, and it's just going to be my bike that I can just ride, thrash and keep maintained, and it'll just keep going forever. So since I've owned it, I put my Öhlins forks and rear shock on it. I serviced the front forks, so I put some SKF heavy duty fork seals on there and some fresh oil, so they're sweet. The rear shock is still a little bit bouncy. I'll probably get the rear shock serviced professionally. I just didn't have time to do it, so I just put it in there for now and adjusted the rebound a little bit. And then I put my Zeta upper triple clamp on, some Renthal fat bars and my ODI lock-on grips, and my little bling fuel cap. But other than that, this is pretty much how I got the bike. And like I said before, for 2.2 what I paid for it, it is a pretty mint bike, especially being an 08. Like, I could probably sell this thing for $5 right now, with all the prices from COVID and stuff. It's just getting mental. Things it really needs a new rear tyre, because it's not doing a great deal. It's got no rear brake pads left, as you can see. Piston's nearly like falling out of the caliper. Needs a new pipe because that thing's hideous. It's had a pretty hard knock on that side and it's wrapped around the frame. And yeah, it's a bit of a rattler. And yeah, like I just keep saying, it just needs a once over really. Like, the threads are stripped in the subframe and just little things. It's going to get fully torn down to the frame. We're going to get the frame powder coated. Going to get all the aluminium parts vapor blasted. We might do some Cerakote work. Then we'll open up the motor, put a fresh rebuild kit in it, get it all mint, put a new clutch in it, run some V-Force 3 reeds probably, get a full pipe bolted on there, try one of the fat heads, give that a crack, and want to get electron carb on this thing too. Haven't had any experience with them yet and I've heard only good things about them. So yeah, we'll definitely be getting one of those on here. I wasn't able to get one on my 06 build, so I'm pretty keen to try that out. I'll then have my suspension sent away, get them all fully serviced again, get some coatings done on them and like valves and stuff for my weight. We'll get some new wheels built up, and then yeah, just get all balls, new rebuild kits for calipers, master cylinders, all the bearings throughout the bike, get one of the spec bolts, nickel works, full bike bolt kits, get all the bolts replaced, get all the axles and stuff nickel plated, new seat cover, just the works really, just completely go through it and get this thing freshened up, ready for the end of summer. So yeah, my CR, I've got a couple of things left to do on that. That will be listed for sale, and no doubt that thing is not going to be hanging around for very long. That'll get snagged pretty quick. So yeah, that'll be gone pretty quick, and then with the money from that is getting dumped straight into this bike, and I'll start pumping out some content for you. Now also, for those of you that aren't too keen on the RM stuff, we have Dad's KX that is needing the other half of its birthday. We gave it 3 years ago. We sort of half got it done to where the point it runs and stuff, and it's sweet. It just needs a few little things to get done, and I actually think he's going to sell it. So we've picked up a few parts and things that is going to go on this bike, and then that is going to be up for sale, so there'll be a bit of content on this bike too. So yeah, this is Dad's 01 KX 250. It's actually a pretty cool story behind this bike. I'm going to make a full video with the story behind this bike, because yeah, it was pretty cool, and especially like me and Dad got to experience building a bike fully together. So yeah, I'll run you guys all through that, and then before I wrap up this video, we'll jump into the big shed and I'll show you guys what's in there, because I may have picked up another bike today. Now I'm not going to show too much of this bike because this needs quite a big story, so that'll be later on. But here we have another RM250. So as you can see, she's looking a bit worse for wear. Currently have the top of the motor off, just had it transported, so I put a tarp over it. There's a pretty cool story behind this bike, so I'll be making a full series on this one, so stick around for that. But yeah, other than that, thought I'd just make this quick little video showing you the 08 RM250, because I know there's a few of you that have messaged me asking what the bike was and whose was it and all that. So yeah, obviously those of you that didn't want to watch the Ute content missed out. So yeah, I'll try and keep the videos split up from now on, so you guys don't miss out on the content you actually want to watch. But yeah, other than that, go down below, let me know what you think of the bike, and yeah, get excited for the content to come on this thing. Yeah, I can't wait, to be honest, get this thing fully stripped down, rebuilt, just have a bike that I can jump on, ride, keep maintained, and just enjoy riding. Because I always seem to find myself working on these project bikes and stuff, which is good, but I really want to get back into doing more riding. So yeah, that is probably going to wrap up this one. Next video will be a track day on the RM. We took it out to one of the local tracks and got it pretty muddy. It was pretty slick, so stay on the lookout for that video, and yeah, I will catch you in the next video.